Just going to apologise up front if you hear the fan in the background, because there's just no way I'm getting this done without a fan, because it is absolutely roasting around here. Hopefully it doesn't interfere too much, but let's get down to the questions. What's up YouTube, I'm Alpha Prime and welcome back to the channel, and as you've seen in the title, we are going to be answering questions that TFKnowlsy was sent by Billy Edwards. So it's to do with TF Nation. It is getting to that time of the year again. We're less than just over 3 weeks away from the event itself, and as usual Tony and Nosy and all the guys from TFN are all starting to get involved. We're starting to get videos coming and building that hype leading up to the convention, which is for me the best convention in the UK. I know Comic-Cons can be quite good over in England, but they're just not as good over here, I don't think. But anyway, TF Nation, cannot wait for it, looking forward to it. So it's great to get down to some videos on the topic itself. So let's start with question number 1. So best way to welcome a new attendee into the group and make them comfortable. So I guess I can take a different approach than some other people that maybe have had groups, because they've been going to these conventions for years and years, pretty much from when it started, the likes of Nosy and Tony and stuff. So I haven't actually been going to it that long. I think I've been to 5, this will be my 5th show, I believe. Yeah, I think it's the 5th show I've been to, and I sort of go over, I've travelled with a friend, I've travelled with one of my kids, I've travelled with my wife, I've travelled with my other kid, or well, I'm going to be travelling with my other kid. One year I travelled just by myself. Now, most of the time then, I just sort of meet people that are on YouTube, that you see these videos and stuff. So if you're watching these videos, the likes of Nose, the likes of Tony, Russ from Toys R Us, the guys from Transformers the Show, these guys have no problem with you coming up and chatting, joining their group, having a conversation. Really approachable people, myself included. If you see me dandering about, you'll probably see the hat, the umbrella. If I bring this one, I might change it because the stickers come off it. But if you see me walking about, definitely stop and have a conversation. Ways to bring them into the group. So like I says, I don't really travel in a group as such. I sort of am the person that joins in a group. Most of the time I would sort of try and squeeze my way into a table of 2 or 3 people or whatever. So I think if you see something such as, you know, some bots sitting on a table and maybe you want to know where they got it from, or you know, in the trader hall, just go up, ask the question, start a conversation. I've had no issue. I was that person a number of years back where I sort of knew a couple of people there, and I sort of had to break that ice, and that's how I did it. Now, I'm not, as much as I would do these videos and stuff, I wouldn't be the most confident person that I could just walk up and chat to anybody. I do recommend, just if you see something on the table, or another way of doing it is you get to a table, you set up a couple of bots yourself on the table, and I'm telling you, it's like going fishing. It will attract somebody that'll turn around and say, hey, I've got that figure, what do you think of it? And the whole conversation just starts, and that's how it goes. So my recommendation is just, if you see people that you maybe recognize, to make it easy for yourself to start with, maybe just like the likes of Nosy or the Transformers the Show guys or something like that. They're very chatty, very welcoming, and I would definitely recommend stopping in. Or if you'd rather they make the first sort of move, sit at the table at the bar or whatever, and set out a couple of bots, transform them back and forth and stuff, and you could need to be certain that someone will talk to you. I mean, if I see you messing about with a figure that I like, I would definitely approach. So if there's 2 different ways of going for it. So it's either you make the first sort of contact, or you set up and let them make the first contact, which they most likely will do, because it is a very friendly, very welcoming place to be. So question number 2. If you're coming to TFN for the first time, how would you advise to spend their day to get the best experience? What I have found is the best way of doing it is that usually a week or two before the show, should be coming out very shortly, I would say, TF Nation usually releases the schedule for the show, so you can look through it and you can see what panels is on and so on and so forth. What I do is I look at that first and I sort of go, right, I want to go and see, like this year, I want to see all the voice actors. I want to see all their panels. So I look to see what times those are on and what room they're in. And then I plan out my day for that there. So I'll go, right, the first panel that I want to see is at 11 o'clock. So I'll go into the Trader Hall for about 10ish or so. I think the early access is 9 o'clock to 10 or something, but whenever the hall opens up to the general, because I'm not that big a rush in, and then I will go, right, I have an hour to sort of scour about the tables, and then I must make my way then to the panel. So if you're like me and you like to see the panels for the voice actors and stuff, I would highly recommend looking at the schedule, planning out your day based on when those panels are going to be on, and work from there. Fit in the lunch break, fit in your meal at the end when the hall closes, go for dinner, go get a break or whatever out there before ClubCon starts at Saturday night. So that's what I would advise. That's the way I do things, is that I look at the schedule and I plan out my day based on who I want to see and what I want to do. Because I mean, the hall is open from 10 to 5 or whatever it is. So there's plenty of time to go to the Trader Hall, do them bits in between panels. So I highly recommend, if you want to see the panels, you want to see all that sort of stuff, go and do that, and base the rest of your day around that. And of course, you've got the artists around the sites and stuff that are available all day, same as the thing. So focus, if there's panels you want to see, focus on those, and then outside of that, then you just work around it. Question number 3. Kind of looks like 4. But anyway, question number 3. So when would I advise to approach guests? So I think Knowlsy and Tony and all them boys that have done this video already before have pretty much hit the nail on the head. If the guest is sitting having their lunch or a meal or something, just trying to have a bit of chill time, it's not the time to approach them. In the Trader Hall, from the start to finish within the Trader Hall, and they're sitting around their tables and stuff, 100% the time to approach the guests. If you're walking in the corridor, be polite, say hello, they'll say hello back. If they stop to talk, happy days. But usually they'll be, coming back from a lunch break or something out there, so they don't want to stop, they want to get back into the tables. Inside that time, that's the time to approach guests. Now, my experience with TF Nation over the years is that the guests some of the guests actually come out to the bar in the evening times, on the Saturday and Sunday and Friday night, if you're there on Friday night as well. Generally, they sort of mix and mingle with the fans and stuff, and you'll see that when you get there. So by all means, approach them then, say hello. If they start chatting stuff out there, feel free, join them in. But I do think that meal times, like your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner and stuff, definitely give them their space, say hello on the way past, obviously don't be rude, and then go from there. But the best time that you will get where you'll get a one-on-one sort of conversation with them is if you queue up and meet them at the table. That is the number one place to meet the guests. Question number 4. What type of guests would you like to see in future TFNs? I mean, obviously, love to meet Peter Cullen, Frank Walker, but I find now, as I'm getting to this stage, is that I would really like to meet maybe some toy designers. I would like to see the process of making a figure, how to design it, how to build it from a concept into an actual working figure, the transformation, all that stuff, the whole process. Would love to hear that from somebody. So for me personally, the guests I would like, would be toy designers. I mean, official, third party, anything like that there. I mean, if they could get maybe someone from MMC. I know Sam is working alongside MMC from Sam's Forge. He's usually at TFN. I haven't bumped into him yet as such, but hopefully maybe this year finally get to see him. Hopefully bring some of them worlds, the ADW worlds, because they look absolute class. So get someone like him, maybe even to talk through the process of how he designs. I mean, he's a TFN goer anyway, so easy sort of one there. Maybe get some Hasbro designers, something. I would love to see the process of creating a Transformer figure. Question number 5. So what are you most looking forward to? For me this year, meeting Scott McNeil. Really excited to meet Scott McNeil. I loved him in Beast Wars, Dinobot, Rat Trap, Silverbolt, Waspinator. I mean, everybody loves the voices of those characters, unless you don't like Beast Wars, then obviously not. But outside of that, I can't wait to meet the likes of Knowlsy and Russ and stuff that I don't get to see all year round. But like, this is the main opportunity where I get to chat to them in person, which is so much better than just messaging and commenting on videos and stuff out there. Like, so really looking forward to meeting them guys and getting chatting with them. It's an experience. TF Nation is definitely an experience, a real enjoyable one. And if you're anyway in the fence, if you're watching this video right now and you're thinking about going or whatever, I say even just get a Saturday or Sunday ticket. Sunday's usually a bit quieter if you don't like the hustle and bustle and stuff. If you just want to go just to experience a wee bit of it and stuff, like the Sunday would be the quieter one. But you still get the trader hall and stuff. But definitely, if you want the all-in sort of experience, like you do the Saturday and Sunday at the very least. If you want like the full rounded experience and meet sort of guests and go to panels and stuff like that, definitely highly recommend it. You will not be disappointed. But as the earlier questions do, like, plan out your day a little bit and make it easier on yourself so you can sort of fit in things roughly in and around that sort of stuff. Plans never go 100% to plan, but it gives you an idea, so you know your panels you want to go to is at 11 o'clock and 2 o'clock and stuff. So it's like, right, we'll go to that panel, we'll go get a bite to eat, maybe get a bit more in around the trader hall and then go to the other panel. Definitely recommend doing that sort of stuff. That's what I do. And that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you are thinking about going to TF Nation, definitely hit me up. I mean, this is pretty hard to miss. If it's warm and stuff, we'll be wearing the t-shirt. Definitely come up, say hi. I'm always happy to talk to people, new people and stuff, and hear their thoughts and feelings on certain stuff. Definitely is a great place to be, and I hope to see you all there in a few weeks' time. I haven't got the days counted. I'm not as good as Tony. So till next time, guys, stay awesome.